Welcome back to the Wynn's Kitchen podcast. I'm your host, Wynn Austin, founder and CEO of Wynn's Kitchen. Join me on this journey as I learn how to grow my CPG food brand from my kitchen onto the shelves. Today, I have a special guest, Asha Mody, who is the founder and chief brand strategist of Mindsy Design, a mindful branding studio based here in California. For over 15 years, Asha has helped women-led and purpose-driven brands in food, wellness, and lifestyle, transforming foggy ideas into businesses with backbone, clarity, and soul. At the heart of her work is a simple but powerful belief. When founders feel at peace with their message, the world finally hears them. Asha, thank you so much for being here today. I'm so excited to hear about your journey and your philosophy and how you help food brands like mine find the soul of our business.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm so glad to be here. Thank you.
So, Asha, how did you get started? Have you always been in the design business or, where did Mindsy come from?
Oh, wow. That's a long story, but in short, I started when I came to United States and I started working for a food and health company, and I
Mm-hmm.
realized that only being a designer doesn't get the place in the C-level boardroom and doesn't solve real problem. Actually, people are on very, very different mindset
Mm-hmm.
in the food, wellness, and health company. And how do we really align with the true values and impact what company wants to create, not only through design, but also understanding people's pain point. What do they need, and how can your product goes in their mind and home to make their life easy. So
Mm-hmm.
that was always excited me that, and I was wondering how CEO, marketing, sales team, they are different department, and how we
Mm-hmm.
all stay aligned for one purpose, for one aim to solve our users' problem through our
Mm-hmm.
product or services. So um, it got really excited for me to learn more deeper about strategy. It was like my mindfulness philosophy is finding the brand's soul first.
Right.
Like design was only you are creating a beautiful body outside, but if that
Mm-hmm.
brand is missing the soul, it's not alive. And I believe the brand is mindful branding is living entity. It has energy to
Mm-hmm.
attract the right people. It has a soul to go on its purpose and create meaningful impact. But most beautiful, it has a message. It's their voice, what they want to really communicate and why they exist on this planet. So through the strategy and design, its amalgamation beautifully to come as a mindful brand into life, and not only helping themselves as a brand and business to grow and spread their message to a broader audience, but as well as really create a meaningful impact for people and planet.
Oh my gosh. I have to like re-listen to that to unpack all that amazingness that you said. And I remember when we met and chatted, I've
Mhm.
never heard anyone talk about the soul of a brand or a soul of a business before. I mean, that part really fascinated me. And I think today's environment, and I get people reach out to me, and I think my business started that way too. I was solving my own problem, and I thought, oh well, because I solved my own problem, this will solve other people's problems. But I loved what you said about really getting into the mindset of the customers and almost like create what's authentic to you, that the brand and the even if it's a product, it's not just an item or like, oh, I
Mhm.
gotta
Yes.
get this package and sell it and make sales, but there has to be an authenticity to it that
Yes.
I feel not everyone realizes going into this industry. And the more customers I meet, the more I see how the impact on them and how they value that above almost
Mhm.
everything else. So can
Yes.
you tell me like how your journey in your business, how did you make that discovery? Like
Yeah.
where was the aha moment?
Yeah, totally. I think this conversation always excites me most is the chance to unpack how simple shifts we can create to create a lasting connection with our audience and with our own self too.
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, at Mindsy, we see branding as a less as marketing and more as a practice of
Mm,
alignment, of the self alignment of your values. And it's about building from most natural state. Like you said, it's more like a authenticity. And authenticity comes when we build brand inside out. So that's a
yes.
different that when you are truly connected with the soul of the brand inside, um, what happens unconsciously when, and we spoke about it, that our mind and body get conditioned by external world again and again. What we are
Yes.
hearing, what we are seeing it, and we are in the fastest digital world, which is
Right.
kind of blessings and which kind of very more responsible job day by day to stay conscious and not
Yes.
to get on the autopilot mode. And I have seen from last decade, my all collaborators, I call them collaborators or
Mm-hmm.
co-creators, the brand founders, that they feel overwhelmed. They have a business idea or product idea they want to launch in the market. They are so excited to start it
Yes.
as a startup company, and they are mostly transiting from corporate life, or they feel burnt out living toxic corporate, or just intentionally now they want a different work style. They are done
Right.
with 9 to 5. So I see what happens. They are getting excited and to launch, but what happens? They start doing or running their business the way all different people are doing around them. What
Yes.
industry and market have conditioned them that this has to run this way, this has to run this way. But I see branding is not as a marketing, but it's more about alignment with your own inner self. That why do you exist? Why do you want to do this business? And why does it
Right.
matter? Like, why do people care to get your product or service in their house? In the busiest,
Yes.
noisy shelf, they have 100 choices. Why would they come and pick up your product and not others? It
Right.
is more about alignment with the energy. And it happens only to come to the back point. One thought I'm reversing that those founders, when I work, they feel overwhelmed and burnt out very fast because
Yes.
they start realizing that, oh, this is not what exactly I wanted to do, because they feel they are living somebody else's life. They are running their own business or brand with somebody else's lens or life. And they are truly like suppressing their inner voice, but they are conditioned to do certain things certain way. There are certain rules and status quo, and they are just going, and they eventually in couple years they feel hollow. Their money, their most precious time, which is inevitable, how much
Right.
$1 billion you give, that time doesn't come back, and they feel burnt out. And that makes me feel very sad that
Yes.
what their existence is on this universe, everybody has their uniqueness or their purpose, and they to not slow down to find why I exist and go inside that what impact I want to create or what do I want to do, what I want. If there is no clarity, it
Mm-hmm.
starts feeling suffocating, because if you are not taking your decision or living life your way or running your business your way on your values
Right.
and condition, it feels that somebody is driving either their business partners, either their distributors, either their teams, and they start um, uh, not listening their inner voice, and it suppresses, and that makes them feel suffocate. So that's what mindful brand is. We build inside out, we go inside, find their collective experiences, why do they exist, and finding a really true soul of the brand. So they themselves, founder and their team and sales team, when they say, what do they say, why do they say, and why do they matters. So all
Mm-hmm.
this clarity comes. So a whole energy of the business or a brand or just a founder goes in the one right direction instead of going in
Mm-hmm.
many direction. Oh, let me do this ads and marketing and this and this. When they do
Yes.
not know, what do I want to say? What is my
Right.
voice? And why do I exist? And they start mixing messages and things instead of finding true values and philosophy of living that brand. So that's why I started Mindsy. It's about more mindful process and brand building process to build brand inside out, to align with who really truly you are and what impact you want to create. And the magical effect happens, that burden goes of proving somebody else that my business, my product is good or my brand is good. It just feels so authentic and rooted that they feel,
Mhm.
this is me. If I serve this, like for example, we were doing a one chocolate brand from Canada. They were launching in the United States,
Mhm.
and it was a 13 allergen food brand.
Mhm.
But like we saw the pain point, like people, the moms who goes to airport rushing or going to Starbucks every day or going their kids going Halloween or Christmas, they do not have candy to eat, which
Mhm.
is 13 or 16 allergen free brand. But that chef created a mission because his sister had that issue that every time mom feels overwhelmed when they go on the candy shelves or chocolate shelves, they do not find the right product for themselves or
Right.
for their audience. So understanding that my purpose is to solve or make their life easy, and he started creating a pumpkin seeds chocolate which is safe for 13 to 14 allergen free, so those
Right.
moms get not to hide kids or not to send them on Halloween or things. So this
Yeah.
is give them very real philosophy of like we make chocolate where everybody can share and
Oh, I
get it.
love that.
Yeah, it's like if you want the chocolate which is like a high fructose syrup or have a child labor for cacao farms, we are not those people. If you want this,
Right.
go to those brands, Nestle, or
Right.
like there are companies
Yes.
who on the corporate, but we are people who do handcrafted pumpkin seed chocolate because now their brand feels very aligned and who I am and what I'm doing, and the right people attracts towards their world, and they becomes brands best friends and advocates and go on the roof and shout out for and refer 10 people about the brand, like your brand. It's so beautiful when I go to yoga studio or in the gym pose or Whole Food or
Oh,
anywhere, I see that it is the values aligned. It's truly served with the clean ingredients. And I don't have to rethink twice because I know
right.
it is aligned with my value and my style.
Thank you.
And yeah, and it makes helps to become bring ease into founders' life and
Right.
also who are using that product. So that's my mission in Mindful Brand. How can we bring ease and clarity so they can excel? They know what to say and why do exist so they don't feel suffocated or overwhelmed to run their brand or show.
I think what's amazing from what I'm hearing is because, I mentioned to you before in 2019, early 2019, I went through a divorce. And one thing I had to learn was um, just to learn who I am. I had to do a lot of self work and
Mm-hmm.
learn to self love and learn to be authentic. Like, who is my authentic self? And it's amazing because we're talking about, brand and business and the wellness, but it I feel like if you're working with them, I can only imagine if you're working with a brand on their product, I bet you it's just like impacting like all parts of their life
Yes,
because because I feel like if you really learn about who you are, you stay authentic, you attract the right people who
correct.
resonates,
Absolutely.
with your lifestyle, with your brand, with your product, and in terms like you said, I never thought of it was like it takes away the burden because, I've always been a people pleaser, but one thing I've always held true is I'm like, I'm Vietnamese. My satay chili sauce is a Vietnamese sauce. And a lot of people asked me to remove the fish sauce. And I'm like, but that is so fish sauce is the soul of satay sauce. And it's one of those things I had it's so hard and it's so easy to get pulled in so many directions.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But, with it's very expensive to launch another version, and,
Mm-hmm.
but aside from that, I'm like, I understand that not everyone can eat fish sauce, but,
Mm-hmm.
you know, going to a vegan, going to a vegan version would require adding wheat products. So our sauce is
Mhm.
gluten free. Most of the vegan sauces do have sugar and wheat, which is really doesn't align
Mhm.
with my mission and my brand. So it's
Mm.
learning to say no, even though I know I had to really stand ground on that. It's not always easy, but I feel that
Mhm.
um just what you
Absolutely.
saying about like knowing who you are first. Why did you create this product?
Mhm.
Why do you want to share it with the world? It's not an easy business to be in, and
Absolutely.
to go into it to just like say, okay, I've had people say, hey, you need to make your sauces more accessible, less expensive, and more available. And, and you can make more money by adding or taking these things out.
Mm.
Then my question is like, why do it? There's thousands of companies already doing it that have a lot more money than I do, bigger distribution. They're already doing it,
Mhm.
right? So I've always stood ground on that, and this, my own health issues is the reason why I started it. But I can see that if you don't have that, you know, that soul or that big purpose of like why I'm
Yes.
doing this, it's very easy to get pulled in a lot of directions. And I've
Absolutely.
seen it with a lot of brands where it's like, wait, now this doesn't even make sense anymore.
Oh my gosh, this is like such unpack. Like you said, so many gold nuggets, and I see those patterns in many of my uh, fellow founders. And
Yes.
you said one very beautiful thing. It's learning to say no.
Oh, yes.
Just being proud of who
Right,
you are and stay on that gun. I am so
right.
proud of you, when
Thank
not
you.
because you are my friend. We have, how
No.
do you mean? But I'm just saying is why? Because you are proud to stay who you are. We do
Mhm.
not need to. I think that's what, as a woman entrepreneur, or I have
Yes.
seen this pattern and lived as being immigrant in this country, long journey, 10 years I couldn't work and I had to fight my
Wow.
rights. And from last 10 years, I could work. And I had so many mixed experiences to get pulled here and there. And um, but finding my authentic culture myself, when I feel aligned with me
Right,
most, I didn't feel burnt. So I had power and energy to create more things and drive to help more people. So
right,
point what I'm trying to make, let me phrase it in a way I clearly communicate. When leader feels burnt out,
mhm.
they do not have energy to neither run their business or family gracefully,
Yes,
and their purpose or the meaning they want to bring into the world, it dies. It
yes,
just suffocates. So I love when you say that when we serve everyone, we serve no one. So if they need non-fish sauce brand, which is
yes.
okay, but that is you
That's
feel
okay.
that's the soul of the product. So you
Yes,
do you. You do not
yes,
need anybody's permission to be you. So that's a
right.
messaging of being true to yourself, being
Yes,
true to your brand and your product. And it doesn't
right.
mean they are bad or no.
No, not at
It's we're
all.
not judging, but it is like I'm unapologetically me, and this is my
Yes,
crafted recipe. It might not serve everyone, and that's
right,
okay. We need to
right.
give ourselves a compassion and being hard on ourselves that I need to do everything for everyone. I think especially women entrepreneurs and being a
Yes,
CEO of my company, I have learned hard way that I
yes,
had to say no to the products. Like for example, I got a whiskey product, which was a really great budget and it was amazing. But I'm a non-alcoholic person from childhood. It's
yes,
something doesn't align with me. It's like even my husband has tried from last 20 years of marriage that I can try once, but it's something my soul doesn't permit me. And I'm not
right.
judging who has it, but it's
No,
just me. And I want to
yes,
be feeling myself. I feel in living my mindfulness philosophy, it's something take controls of my mind and I do not align with that. So that's
right.
why. So saying no is powerful. So that's a
I
great message you
agree.
said. You are not born, or your product or your brand is not serving everyone. You are the
Right.
people, like the founders needs to understand who is my right target audience. It's not
Yes.
about sales. Want to go and sell the product. It's who aligns with my value, who
Right.
energize with my value. If you want most authentic Asian sauce with a peanut satay with the cleanest ingredient
Yes.
without damaging your body,
Yes.
then this is me, the Win Kitchen.
Yes.
If you
Yes.
want something else with preservatives or with a more different flavors, there are different brands. Please go to them.
Yes.
It's like getting that
Absolutely.
clarity, staying in your own lane and staying rooted. Like I cannot say the mango tree to change the seed and give me other fruit. So finding your own
Exactly.
roots and staying authentic. And I love how caring you are, that you are
Oh,
thinking to also find the solution for the vegan audiences, and
right.
uh, nothing wrong in that it
Yes.
shows you passion, that how passionately you are really want to solve their problems too with the different recipes and innovations,
Yes.
which is
Yes.
possible, but it doesn't mean that you discontinue what you have or change
Right.
your roots and authenticity, because it will start feeling suffocate. It will not feel true to yourself and your brand will suffer. And as you being a leader, if it doesn't feel aligned with you, you can't run your show, because you will have anxiety and stress and all this not working because it's not aligned with you. When things align with you, you feel
Yes.
empowered and energy and confident to say, this is who I am, this is why I exist, and this is who I serve. And that
Yes.
clarity saves so much of money, so much of effort
So
and
much. Yes.
energy on going on the wrong direction and spending hours and hours selling things. Instead, how about your audience come to you and get from you? So that's what's mindful branding too.
I love it. And I love how you said, for example, if you had taken on that alcohol brand, I mean, because it doesn't align with you, I can only imagine the creativity juices are different, right? I feel like
Completely.
it would just, and it's like so much more energy to come up with an idea. So I've learned that in the past in my other businesses where I'm like, oh, that's a small task, but this is so exhausting, right? Instead,
Yeah.
where I can be in the kitchen playing all
Creating
night
something
and
your own.
yeah, and enjoying it. So, but going back to you talking about how you're an immigrant. So this we've actually talked about this in person before, and
Yes.
so I'm also an immigrant. I'm first generation Vietnamese. My family and I came here when I was 2.5 years old, and so it's it's funny because well, it's not funny, but it's one thing that I've learned at I'll give my age, for almost 45 years old, that I can't be anyone else than who I am. And I think learning that
Mhm.
has completely changed my life through business, through my personal relationships, friendships, my relationship with my children. But
Mhm.
people have actually, I've had feedback that they say, the Vietnamese community, which I never listen to these generalities, right? Because my name is changed to Wynn, Wynn, which
Mhm.
is my first name. But
Mhm.
I've been given feedback recently that people think that I whitewashed my last name because Nguyen, Win is a popular Vietnamese last name. So they said, well, the Vietnamese community don't align with you because they feel that you changed your last name to make it Americanized. And I just thought about it and I think about it, and if someone said that to me in my 20s, because growing up I have, my cousins thinks I'm too American, some people think I'm too Vietnamese. And so these were some of the struggles I had growing up, like who am I? And today I feel so at peace. So I gave the feedback like, I don't really care.
Yeah,
Because I
simple.
like what am I gonna do? Like, I go, this is my name, Wynn, and I've had it spelled like this for decades so that people can actually pronounce my name, and that's what I go by. It doesn't change who I am or how I connect with my culture, and the fact that I've been able to bring Vietnamese food, not only
Exactly.
healthier in a healthier,
Most
authentic
authentic.
way, but I've been made it less intimidating for people who love Vietnamese food who are so scared of making it at home. And I have people all across the country making pho, that they're like, we've never even had pho before. And now they're making it themselves. And so that brings me so much joy. And that's my mission of spreading, food
That's
from
so
my
beautiful.
heritage. So I just want to touch on that because in today's society, everything's, I feel, so black and white. And it's like, no, you just have to
No,
be
it's a great
yourself.
idea.
Yeah.
Yes.
You
Oh
just
my
have to be
gosh, this is
you.
so beautiful. I'm so glad you shared this with me because
Yeah.
you're seeing the external people try
Yes.
to influence. And it's not their fault because their mind has been
No.
conditioned or upbringing, what they have
Yes.
seen and learned. It's like I see as a hard paint, it goes on your mind and heart. That okay,
Yes.
this thing has to be certain way and so, and don't take me wrong, I grew up in India as a girl
Yeah.
and um in earlier days, girl definition was like a liability, and I'm very, very grateful for my grandpa and my mom who really named me Asha, means hope. When
Oh, I
earlier
love that.
days, and I'm sharing this story because certain things, certain way you need to live because that family or culture has defined it. And what actually you're beautifully doing, what people say is that whitewashing the name or not staying true to the culture,
Hmm.
but they do not see the lens you are actually. It's like creating religion and name and
Yes.
those like a very tight vessels. In fact, it can break the boundaries and create such a beautiful ripple effect. And you don't
Right.
want to talk about the names, but you are actually putting into action, bringing your
Yes.
culture by making
Yes.
authentic recipe and by shouting in and sharing that culture, taste and memories
Yes.
over food and passionately caring for people's mind and body, what they're putting in through your
Yes.
product. You are
Yes.
actually practicing your culture. You are not just
Right.
talking. People sometimes just talk and
Yes.
sometimes they do not take action. So I respect deeply to people who really take action. So you got an idea, you fire and you
Mm.
show and you practice and you course correct it if you need, but you are
Yes.
already walking on your culture path by sharing your authentic recipes. And that's a big proof. And you don't need to prove anybody, I think. Uh,
I
and,
agree. I agree with you. But
and
I just thought that was interesting, and I feel so grateful that at this, because I've done all this work, on myself these past 6 years, and just gotten really secure of, I- people who people who are not in the arena. I think Brene Brown, I don't know if you listen to
yes,
her,
oh,
mentioned
I
this. She's
listen
like,
to all the.
yeah, like don't listen to people who are not in the arena. They're not at
Mm-hmm.
home with you. They're not, doing the grind with you. They're not seeing whatever I put out to the universe through my videos or podcasts or recipes, my product. Anyone can take that and interpret it however to their own values, right?
Yes,
So
yes.
we just have to stay true to ourselves and really, you know, put
Yeah,
our art out there, our creativity out there, and
yeah.
live our authentic self.
That's truly living to your own true self. That helps. Actually, conscious living can, like I have seen that we as a people have stopped caring for people
Hmm.
more. Like I see that if we start taking care of each other, not only
Yes.
the religion or set value or set work of doing things, but if we
Hmm.
just be open minded
Right.
and truly aligned with your inner self, because that's the main guidance. And it is very simple shit. And
Yeah.
God has given, has made this most complex design, our body and mind. It is
Yes.
super intelligent gadget on the planet. Nobody can
Mhm.
create this, right? One nerves goes here and there. You can't, how painful it is. It's so beautifully
Mhm.
designed and functioning. So I believe that our body and mind is born and here for a reason. So
Right.
if it is signaling you through emotions, if this is aligning and giving me joy and
Mhm.
peace, I'm just simply walking on that path. I do not need to listen. It's fine. It will come when you are truly connected with your inner self. It will make you
Yes.
feel uncomfortable or sometime or not happy, but having that mindful practice to stay aware that why this is making me feel this way,
Mhm.
why I'm off or are not aligned with the energy what I'm being myself. So giving that self time of awareness. So self-care is not always like going to the spa and massages or getting done facial. I think truly
Right.
self-care is spending time for yourself with yourself alone for at least
Yes.
15 to 20 minutes. And that's a meditation practice helps me to get clarity and navigate the fears and emotion always comes in as running our own business as a CEOs or women
Yes.
entrepreneurs. There are many things comes, but I think that makes me feel grounded and truly connected to the creator, whoever he is.
Yes.
We were like a sesame seeds in the womb, and we become 6 feet, 5 feet tall. It's magical. I see.
Yeah.
And I think that's a power, that's a creator I bound out to, and I feel aligned with my meditation that, okay, what is this guiding me? What is it
Right.
guiding in? Learning from that inner self and inner voice helps me to not listen always the external voice. I respect, I get inspired with certain people and leaders do it, but I see that we all meant to do something on this universe, on this earth. I see as a
Mhm.
constellation mindset, every star needs to shine. It's not a
Oh
pyramid
my
that you are
gosh.
following one leader. Oh, they
Mhm.
said this means I'm going to follow that route. And this is the way of living or doing things
Mhm.
or running the business or running the brand. No, no, no. It is like finding who truly you are, my unique values. And
Mm.
if you do not have uniqueness, it's okay. But who truly I am and stay on that ground.
Yes.
And create something from that. Yes, you take externally, you get it, admire or inspire from it, but then you have your voice merge with it, and your perspective and your point of view matters. Some people will agree, great. Some people will disagree. That also great. But it is true. I feel this way about the world.
Mhm.
And that is true to myself. And I'm not apologizing for that. That's true. That's true. I'm feeling that in my mind and body, and that is enough for me to say. So, as you say, um, saying no to those voices and listening to
Mhm.
really your inner voices truly helps you to stand out and stay authentic and gives you the energy to run and create something meaningful impact.
Oh my gosh. Well, I feel so impacted already with our conversation. I'm just like have goosebumps like the whole time that you talk
Ah,
because I feel like it seems so obvious, but it is
isn't that?
really our the mindfulness of being a entrepreneur and that's never really spoken about. I never really hear anyone else talk about it. It's really um and I think it's very important. I think that's the foundation. That's the first
That's the
step.
foundation. Yeah. And that's what we say. Like I say, it's what you want to create, set intention and plant
Mhm.
that seed. And the
Right.
strategy, when I say we create a strategy, is like what is happening under the soil, who I
Yes.
am, why I exist. Those roots, those seeds are like people want to launch this product and this and that. But if they want the fruit of mango, you can't plant the seed of pumpkin. You
Yes.
need to feel aligned. And
Yes.
am I planting on the sand? Am I planting in the rock? Is it an indoor plant? Is it an external plant? Where am I planting that? That all those dynamics we need to see before launching or bringing the brand to life. It's a living entity. It evolves. But
I
if it is
love
not
that.
truly, yeah, it is a walking and your energy attracts. A brand is nothing but people have that gut reaction. Like you have product, you can't be in every store or every retail
No,
space, right?
no.
But your product has some energy of you, which is on the
Mhm.
shelf, your values, which connects with your right people who are your people, and then they get the
Yes.
product in their life. It's their
Yes.
hardworking money, and they really want to feel aligned. Like we were doing recently research, like today's generation was Gen Z especially, they are ready to pay premium 30% more price, according to
Yes.
Nielsen, if those people are truly aligned. We recently did last year the Daybreak seaweed brand. They were
Yes.
in the market, but they had beautiful packaging too. And I'm like, why do you want to work with me? Like, but it was
Mhm.
not popping out of the shelf. I'm like, yeah, but you have beautiful packaging. So
Mhm.
its design is not like just making pretty looking design doesn't solve the problem. No matter
Right.
how fashion clothes you wear or how well you dressed up, but if you are not truly aligned with your inner self and you don't know what to talk or how to communicate or pass your message, it's hollow. And then we
Yes.
realized that nobody in the United States knew that these seaweeds are grown locally in West Coast. It's not coming
Wow.
from China, from the metal traces from the water. It is not harmful for body. And those both founders are so sustainable, regenerative food living. And seaweed was only
Wow.
the brand that it creates the ocean life better. It's like a regenerative food. You do not need fertilizer or anything. It's actually a
Wow.
salt replacer. And they kept
Wow.
him, and we had this conversation about the culture that our distributor and retailers are set that Asian aisles are
Yes.
different than the normal. But I challenged that in a gentle way, saying that I found this product is made in United States. It's a West
Yes.
Coast locally grown. Women farmers goes in water and
Yes.
bring out that beautiful.
Wow.
Local farmers gets the chipotle spices and makes the you can see the case study on my I think you have seen that brand in Jimbo's
Yes.
and Sprouts and lots of boutiques also.
Yes, we're in the
And
same
people
same section.
yeah, but why it's a salt
So
replacer, but in United
yes.
States, nobody know how to use seaweed in daily kitchen.
Yes.
So that's
Yes.
why it was not the problem of the packaging design to solve. It was a problem of messaging of the right audience. If they don't know how to use your product, why would they buy when they have only 3 seconds of time to pick up from the shelf? Their
Yes.
kids are pulling, they do not know, they are overwhelmed with work when they're coming to grocery. How to easily communicate? How do we bring ease for our audience and even for ourselves? Even industry and
I
market have
love that.
like
Yeah.
struggle, hard work, but there are easy way to really generally connect with people and connect with their emotions through the colors, through the buying behaviors. You can see what exactly they need, and you really say that on your packaging, on your brand, and then they truly feel, oh, this is exactly what I wanted. It's
Yes.
a salt replacer, and that audience was missing that they knew how to use the product. They didn't knew it's a locally made. They didn't knew it's a woman owned. They didn't knew it's
Right.
a regenerative food brand only.
You kn I know of that brand, and I didn't even know any of those, I didn't know any of those facts that you gave me,
Then,
and and you know what I also found is fascinating about that brand is that um, it goes beyond Asian, right? It's
yes.
because being Vietnamese, I love seaweed. I eat a lot of Japanese food as well, and so I see it as like a furikake, you know,
Mhm.
how I put it over either rice or eggs, that kind of thing. But I had no I love how they are expanding that outside of just, oh, it's a, Japanese rice seasoning and just
Yeah.
yeah.
We had only one mission to be taking a place on everyday kitchen. So
Mhm.
if you know your mission clearly, you know how to
Yes.
communicate that. So we have to talk in everyday language. We have to
Yes.
connect with everyday people, and only one mission to see in everyday kitchen of entire United States. So that was a mission, and then we rebranded it. It's just good for people, good for
Mhm.
planet, and great for the plate because of umami flavor. You can sprinkle or anything,
Wow.
you just put it in anything, it just brings that umami flavor. And the top, like in research we saw, even the ocean life, the baby okras, when they give birth, actually they
Yeah.
wrap in seaweed their babies.
Oh,
It's that nutrition.
wow.
So it's like I'm finding that's what fascinates me, like really finding
Mhm.
the true value. And
Yes.
sometimes founders and women entrepreneurs, what happened? They are so much inside the business and brand, they miss to see the perspective from outside and truly what their audience need. And that's why we come as a mindful strategist in the place that we help them to empower them. Now they know exactly what do we say, what do we stand for, what are our values, and what do we
Right.
say no to. When you know what do we say
Absolutely.
no to, you go closer and closer to what do we want to say yes to and what do we want to become as a brand. So
Right.
that clarity is bringing the ease for founders, and that's my mission. How can I help women entrepreneurs to bring the ease to running their own brand through the messaging
Right.
and brand identity, which feels aligned and true to themselves?
That is amazing because I tell people this all the time, even though you make it sound so easy. Like it just it just comes out and I'm like, "Yes, I love it. Oh my gosh, I understand." Like the everyday language that you talk about and I think that a lot of founders go away from they feel like, "Oh, that's not what audience wants to hear. I got to make it sound like, they
Fancy and
fancy
complex.
and complex and I feel that, like you said, once you help them, you spend that time with them and really discover that foundation, the soul, the purpose. And then when they have that message, it's gold. I mean, that getting to that message is not easy as a founder on your own. I have to
Yeah,
say that.
totally,
It
totally agree.
seems so easy, and sometimes I write the same sentence 50 times, and I was like, "Duh, I should just say this."
Yes,
And
yes,
and and what you said is w they consumers want the ease of things.
totally.
And and I've spent years and years like, "Oh, it's no sugar, is this?" And those are all great attributes too of my product, but lately, my messaging is this is easy. You can make delicious, healthy, easy meal. Just this is what you got to do. Like this is how I use it. I'm a busy mom. This is what it saves time and money and you don't have to go to takeout, which is not it's pretty expensive these days.
Oh
Um
yeah, and living in California, ask us. Like,
yes. 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 But I
um,
love how you get to the root of the founders and their mission and the business and lay that out because I think once they have that messaging, I know as a founder for me, once I kind of have that messaging, it like builds that confidence. It's really
yes.
you go up there, you're pitching, you're talking to, with
It
other
cut down
people.
the frictions. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
feel the fire. It's like because sometimes it's like I feel it, I have it. I just don't know if I'm saying it right.
yeah. And
Right?
imagine if you know that one clarity of your messaging, and that's
Mhm.
why the strategy is very important. How do you want to position in
Yes.
the market in a way your audience get
Mhm.
it? It's you
Yes.
are not like I've been working in the big food corporate too. And it was, we are going to Expo West and sales team is saying something else. The trade show people are saying something else. The CEO saying something else. The marketing director is saying something else. And we creative team has no clue like who, like, like in startup,
Yeah.
it happens. It's natural. It's nothing bad. That's how the
Yes.
brand evolves. That it's like
Yes.
we are planting a seed and trying to build beautiful garden. We need to take out the weeds and rocks which
Yes.
coming in the growth of the brand. You have to be intentional. And that's exactly in our mind and body system. If our external voices or a conditioned mind we have to intentionally sit in the stillness to take out all those things. Oh, this is not me. This is not my word. This is not my belief. And that's a practice. If we keep doing, the awareness of mindfulness
Yes.
will help you to go closer and closer to your purpose naturally. That it will become confidence in the sleep, or you meet night 2 a.m. What will you do and go and run? It will be so easy to communicate. And that
Yes.
ease we have to really bring into this today's digital world, when the scrolling
Yes.
is a culture, the digital sometimes is distraction. AI is there empowering. It's not a bad thing. It's a revolutionary thing. We are coming into the new
Right.
life. But if we are not mindful, we will start become slave and not become empowered. So it is
Yes.
very important more than ever in this human history to be stay mindful and conscious of
Yes.
what actions you are taking and why you are taking.
And I
So
love that you said it's a practice. It's a
it's a
practice.
practice. It's not one
It's I
perfection.
and I've never looked at my business as a practice before today. And, because I practice my own mental health every day. And, I have people say, oh, you're so positive. I'm like, well, I practice and work on it every single
Exactly.
day,
And
probably,
yeah,
probably
that's so
hours a day.
beautiful. Yeah, yeah. And where how we do the practice of our self-awareness, as you say, our
Yes.
mental practice, that exactly is your brand, a mindful
Yes.
brand. What is the one corner of your brand today? You can go and care today. Is this a
Yes.
messaging? Is it a user journey? Is it a friction? Where is it coming? Is it my internal team? Do my team knows what they are saying? Are we all
Mhm.
saying same thing?
Yes.
Or we are confusing our customers? You need to, I see this as a recipe, Win, and you'll understand this. It's like
Yes.
brand creating is more like giving them ingredients to talk about. Y-
Right.
and then
Wow.
they will create your brand. Earlier is the old day of doing business, that founders and investors have idea, and then they launch in the market, they do marketing, and then people buy it, and then this that's an old model of doing business. The
Yes.
new intentional model is you ask customer what they want and
Yes.
what you can create for them, right? You can't be everything
Yeah.
to everyone, and you can't create everything to everyone, right? So
Yes.
this is me, and but what do they want? Why?
Right.
What is the meaning behind them? Why would they come and buy your product? What it is bringing the meaning, as you say, attributes and all, putting on the packaging or identity. It's more if people understand giving the benefits. If
Right.
this I bring, am I making my life easy? Am I making my cooking easy? Am I
Yes.
bringing so if you are talking on benefits, how is it saving your time? How is it creating impact on planet? How is it saving your external money from hotel food and not having those sodium extra? What
Right.
is benefit for me? Talk to me that's straight and clear. I have 3 seconds of time to pick up
Yes.
from the shelf in the busy life. And that's not their fault. We are in the
No.
digital generation,
Yes.
overwhelming work, 9 to 5, and kids, family, a lot of things to take care of, right? So if you
Right.
do not understand your audience's psychographic, not just demographic, but psychographic and behavior and truly their hidden wants and desires, and then
Wow.
communicate those through your branding and packaging, it is like then you're building your tribe. They will go
Yes.
and tell ton, like Steve Jobs, nobody knew that we need 50,000 songs in our back pocket. Nobody
Right.
asked, right? But he,
I still remember, I was like, "How do I get the songs onto this tiny little iPod?" That first iPod? But you're
yeah,
right. I didn't
but
even know I needed that. No.
exactly. So right now, your so many audience don't even have a clarity what do exactly they need. If they are
Yeah.
feeling a body fatigue by eating certain things, how your body is behaving, that they do not have an education about it. Exactly like a
Right.
seaweed brand, they didn't know it's a regenerative
Yes.
food brand. Like so
Yes.
many Gen Z wants to contribute towards that to stand for the
Y
climate values and a clean
yes.
product. So like your brand too, like so we need to talk about those are the most important thing to talk
Yes.
about instead of a fancy complex copy which they do not, their mind are so busy not to digest it. Give, like you
Right.
are giving party and launching your brand or bringing your product in market, it's like opening the home and welcoming everyone in your brand, and then you are giving 7-star meal on the doorstep instead of telling them
Wow.
let me take your bag. Let me give you a water. If they need a water, you can't give them 7 course meal. Just first give them water. Let
Water.
them set their mind, and then they will like, oh, this brand does this. Oh, these are the values. So one step by step, it's everything you need to design
Wow.
intentionally. Then they will, oh, this is the first starter. This is our values and philosophy. This is how we do it, and show that to your experiences and user journey. The way you walk and talk, your user will connect with you. Your consumer will connect with you. And no
Oh,
matter if the sometime product goes bad or founder has problem, they will stand by you. Why would people
yeah.
go at 2 o'clock at night and still stand for Apple?
Yeah.
Then they
Wow.
have a better products in Android or some
Yeah.
Google phones. They are there in the market. But
Yeah.
why? There's something
Right.
behind. They give the ease and the elegant and that experiences, which they
Yes.
don't even know that they need in their smart pocket. But they are going
Wow.
ahead, understanding the audience needs and wants, and then crafting the products according to their needs. That's why they do not
Wow.
have, that's the ease they're bringing. That same formula, our small businesses and founders understand that really care for your people and serve them what they
Yes.
want. Instead, they want water from the desert heat degree they have come, and you are serving them like a steak or 7 course meal. They need just the water.
Wow.
First, give them that. So,
That is mind blowing. And I love your analogies because I'm such a visual person. Like you make
yeah.
these analogies into everyday, like you relate it to like everyday things. It's like you're right. Like, hey, someone comes, they just want water first. And I think that's so important. And I know that's something I struggle with because it's like, oh, I want to tell people my product has all these
Oh,
things.
everything.
I'm woman
Oh,
owned.
that's beautiful.
I'm,
Clean
I'm
ingredient. There are many
immigrant, clean
stories.
ingredients, no sugar, this, that. It's like you're just like throwing out all
Bombarding.
these. It's like,
Let them cross the doorstep first. When you open the door, let them come inside the house. Make them sit on
yes.
the couch. It's a user journey, and it's
Wow.
completely feeling okay when to feel that way.
Yeah.
Because founders have many stories to say. You can say
Yes.
immigrant story. You can say
Yeah.
your food ingredient story, clean
Yeah.
ingredient, how much benefit it is to saving
Yes.
from outside eating. What is it doing? That 100 stories, but that's what is a strategy comes. That's
Yes.
the soul. What is the most important for your audience? You are not
Yes.
going to buy your own product on the shelf, right?
Yes.
Who is
Yes.
buying? Your consumers, your audience. And that's why you exist. If there is no
Yeah.
consumer, you don't exist. Your business don't get oxygen. You
Yes.
suffocate. So that's why it's very important to take care of your own tribe instead of doing fancy marketing and putting
Yes.
ads in algorithm and metas and feeling burnt out. Take that money and serve your audience in a way really they want. In a way they really want. Means I
Yeah.
come founders have like, oh, I want to become a $1 million business in 3 years time and want to do this and that. I'm like, yeah, where are you right now? What do you want? I
Yeah.
can give $1 million plans, but are you in the situation to invest that much?
Right.
Do you have a team? Like they compare that, oh, that founder is doing so well. Yes,
Yes.
dude, they had team of 6 people. You don't. So please, I request that find what is true to you, what is doable for you. Don't take
Yeah.
unnecessary passion. Please compassionate with yourself. And it doesn't stop you from growing. But if you feel burnt out and overwhelmed and
Mhm.
putting your hardworking money in a wrong direction, you will
Yes.
definitely leader will burnt out and product will get closed.
Yes. And the money runs dry. It's so
Mm-hmm.
it very fast, chasing all the different avenues, right? And I tell people, I mean, I get, different brands reach out like, oh, what's your experience with this or that? And I tell them, before you expand, take a look at what you're selling in your existing stores. What are you doing in your direct accounts? Is like
Mm-hmm.
majority of those customers walking into Jimbo's or Seaside Market, do all the employees know who you are? Do they know about your brand, your sauce? Seaside Market, do they have a lot of customers. You don't have to go nationally to to get a lot of customers. This is in your if it's in your backyard, that neighborhood market, go deep because it's so easy to get distracted and run out of money very quickly.
Yeah, it's totally true. Totally true. I agree that that is the mindfulness intention
Yes.
comes in life. If you are not
Yes.
aware where you are spending and going in all different direction, and don't take me wrong, you'll make a
No.
friction of progress, but you cannot
Yes.
take a leap.
The big
The
leap.
dream of scaling from local to national level means I have founders that, and you know them well, so very well. They had a mission that I need to make this much first to safely give up on my 9 to 5. I have
Yes.
family to run, I have kids to run. So that was
Yeah.
her mission. That's why we found a strategy. And also, you need to find the dynamic that what is true to herself so she can scale from 1 year to 2 year to 5 year to talking the
Yes.
same language. She knows right ingredients to talk about my brand. So at least
Yes.
she's not talking somebody else's thing. And she made
Yes.
that much money, so confident. And she won the national pitch competition and
Yes.
she gave up her corporate job. And now she's scaling with full fledged, coming to
Yes.
more than 300 stores to going to
Yes.
Costco. And that's
Yes.
beautiful journey. It just fulfills my heart that
Mhm.
if your foundation is right, you can build the
Yes.
towers on it. If your roots
Right.
are right, your tree will grow. So what is happening inside the root? That is a strategy. You need to spend a lot of time on that. The right fertilizer, right
Wow.
soil, and right seeds. And then the seeds, the plant will grow and then grow. And you have to consciously pull out the weeds and rock around
Yes.
in that garden so that tree gets space to grow. In a mindful
Yes.
brand world, it means you have to constantly check with your team what languages they are talking. Check constantly first with your customers, user journey. All those become frictionless and smooth. They will
Yes.
become a fan of your brand and they will advocate your brand. You do not need a more fancy influencers. Of course, take
No.
influencers. I'm not against the marketing, but
No.
I'm just saying if they're small business founders, they do not have a bigger budget and then they feel
Right.
that, oh, that brand is scaling. But yes, they've been there for 10 years before you. They
Yes.
have a lot of team members. They had this budget. They are not grinding every day themselves physically in the
Yes.
kitchen like you. So you
Right.
have to see your energy, how much bank you have with your energy and your money, and then be intentional where to spend to get a snowball effect. One
Yes.
rock and creating a ripple effect of impact in the world. So that's called mindful intentional strategy. We do it. To get the clarity is a kindness to yourself and your audience. Stop making them confused about your brand. Give the clarity.
Wow. Oh my gosh. I don't even know what to say after that. Thank you so much for being here today, Asha. I mean, I feel like I've just gone to like a retreat, like a, just I'm just so blown away by you and I love what you're doing. And I mean, any last word of advice to our listeners?
I would say if you only do one thing,
Mhm.
you pause before publishing anything or launching, pause and just ask yourself that does this feel aligned in my body or in my mind? If not, be mindful, sit with it a little bit. And if you are not good in that, take a help. If you're not good in, if your jam is not writing and messaging and put your energy in right direction, what you are good into, creating recipes and things, and collaborate with people who really understand.
Mhm.
So that you can scale faster without burnt out and
Right.
create the true impact. And that's the purpose your business or brand want exist for that reason. So that will not only save a lot of money, but it will also give you clarity of what is the right action. Like I try to practice this before sleeping at night. I set the
Yes.
intention, or in the morning, my journaling time.
Mhm.
What needs to happen today for me to feel super happy end of the day? Choose 3 things, write it down. Let universe
Wow.
work for you. Take the power off from that and it will happen. So just staying conscious and mindful, go in your brand corner today and see what can I consciously change and self-care of my mindful brand. So that is the invitation to be just mindful. That's the one thing you can do it.
Wow.
Wow.
And
And
Asha,
Asha,
how
how
can
can
our
our
listeners
listeners
learn
learn
about you?
about
How
you?
can
How
they
can they
connect
connect
with
with
you
you
and learn
and learn
more
more
about
about
how you
how
can
you
help
can help
their
their
brand?
brand?
Yeah, definitely. Thank you for asking. So we are doing 90 minutes. Some small businesses right now, our studio is doing 1 to 3 people founder teams. We are doing
Mm-hmm.
a brand awakening 90 minutes workshop session for giving them the clarity of and seeing them
Mm-hmm.
where they are, what they've been doing, what is working, what is not working, what are the hidden
Mm-hmm.
opportunities which they don't see, but we see with our experiences and help them to give that so they can fly. So we do that 90 minutes, and in a 1 week time, we give them the roadmap, actionable roadmap. It's not the strategy, just document, which is
Mm-hmm.
informative and you can't execute. I believe in actions.
Mm-hmm.
So, which they can take it and run away with it and apply by themselves. But at least that will, I think that's my purpose of staying in your right direction is more powerful than going in 100 wrong direction. So that's what then they'll uncover what they need to start doing and stop doing to get to their goal. And it's an intentional roadmap. And if
Wow.
they choose us to design for them, we also take that 999 payment for that and use towards that. And we help them design entire brand. But
Yes.
I give the freedom of choice. Take that,
Right.
but that's a clarity session. We call it brand awakening. We truly go inside of the brand and workshop with founders to stay aligned and they know what I need to start doing and stop doing to get my goal. And they get laser focus for being alignment with themselves, truly building
Mm-hmm.
the brand inside out. So that's what we are doing it. They can book on our www.mindsy.design. They can book session first 15 minutes. They can book a
Mm-hmm.
call with me because I'm very intentional with whom I'm serving
Yes.
and can bring value. If I'm not right for them, I point them to in the right direction with
Right
the right
direction.
people.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because if I don't know, as I say, whiskey brand, I don't know about that industry much, so I don't
Mm-hmm.
do that. But yeah, they can connect 15 minutes call, jump on a fit call, if and we aligned energy, we have it. We help you doing brand awakening, and then help you going in the right direction. And easiest way to communicate with me is LinkedIn or
Mm-hmm.
send an email to our website.
Wonderful. Well,
Wonderful. Well,
thank you
thank
so
you so
much. And
much.
I'll
And
make
I'll make
sure
sure
that
that
I
I
link that
link
in the
that in the
show
show
notes
notes
as
as
well
well
so
so
Thank
that
that
you.
other
other
brands
brands
can
can
connect
connect
with
with
you.
you.
And I
And
mean,
I mean,
even for
even
me,
for me,
I'm going
I'm
to
going to
re-listen to
re-listen
this
to this
podcast
podcast
Thank you so
because
much.
it was
Yes.
so
so
valuable
valuable
and
and
there's still so much to unpack.
I learned so
Yeah.
much from you too today. It's admiring. I just made notes in my journal that say no to you are not for everyone. And you gave me reminder again that learn to say no to
Yeah,
things and stay true to yourself. That's a nugget today. I'm taking it was a
that's
good reminder. Actually, my friend had gifted me the book How to Say No because as my nature or I used to say yes to everyone and it
me
was burning
too.
out. So I take that nugget from you. It's pleasure learning from you and seeing your brand how it's evolving with your personality. Truly, truly
Thank you
admire
so
it.
much. Thank
Thank
you. The
you.
pleasure is all mine. Until next time.
Until next time. Thank you.
Mm.
Bye.